Hi everyone, my name is Kelly Foy and I am a member of the Reference Queens. To begin our policy discussion, our group chose to look at ethical scenario 21, which was, it is a Sunday afternoon and you are at your local library supervising your children's use of the internet. Your son, who is a Redskins fan, would like to get the stats on the Super Bowl 30. Your daughter, who is an avid fan of the Bad Boys rock group, would like to review the lyrics of their latest album, and since you are there, you decide to look up information on the danger of breast implants. Because of site blocking and keyword blocking internet filters installed in this library, the response to all of your queries is page not found. Do you consider this to be ethical or unethical? As a small rural public library, one of the most important aspects to our policy was our need to follow state and local guidelines in regards to internet filtering in order to ensure that we were able to continue to receive funding. We also felt that it was important to address any policies that the American Library Association had in regards to internet filtering. As a part of the state of Michigan's Library Privacy Act, it is necessary for all libraries who offer public access to computers to adopt a policy that restricts internet access to minors by using a system or method on all computers that prevents children from seeing any obscene content. On top of the Michigan Privacy Act, it was necessary for us to take into account the text of the Federal Children's Internet Privacy Act. CIPA states that all public libraries that receive specific federal funds must have in place a specific technology that blocks or filters internet access to visual depictions that are obscene in nature, include child pornography, or are in some way harmful to minors. However, the ALA stands in direct contention with both of the previous mentioned acts. They have made it a priority to have the Children's Internet Protection Act repealed. However, they haven't had any luck yet. As the American Library Association has not yet made any headway to remove the restrictive internet filtering policies, it will be necessary for our library to follow the regulations outlined by both the state and federal governments in order to ensure that we continue to receive funding. The policy that we have chosen to adopt will place internet filters on all public computers that children have the possibility of accessing in order to limit their exposure to obscene material. However, in order to ensure that adults can have free access to information, we will have the option for an adult to turn off the internet filter on their own. Should an adult need help to turn it off, all library staff will be trained in how to remove the internet filter.
Hi, I'm Samantha Hodge. While the ALA and the ACLU oppose the Children's Internet Protection Act because of First Amendment reasons, there are many groups who are lobbying to continue SEPA and even expand and increase the amount of filtering done in libraries today. Some of these groups are the American Family Association, the Family Research Council, and the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. One of their main arguments for filtering is that this can become extremely awkward for library staff who have to go to these patrons and ask them to close their browsers if they are viewing explicit material on the internet. And this actually has the potential to lead towards a hostile work environment if the patrons refuse. And we do not want to put librarians in these positions. Another argument is that we do not carry print or audiovisual collections of pornography, and therefore it should also be banned on the internet with the use of filters. In 2006, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children received grant funding from the government, and with this money, they studied 1,500 10 to 17-year-old children. Of these children, it was found that 43% used the library computers on a regular basis. Of these children, it was also found that 1 in 7 received unwanted sexual advances, and 1 in 3 received unwanted sexual exposure on the internet. With the use of internet filters at the library may be able to lower the number of occurrences. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Amy Ingram, and I'm going to discuss some of the views that oppose internet filtering policies in libraries. There are various reasons that internet filtering policies at public libraries face opposition. The most commonly cited reasons involve First Amendment issues, the potential for abuse, and that the internet filtering technology itself is flawed. The American Library Association and American Civil Liberties Union both take issue with internet filtering because of First Amendment issues. The ALA recommends that any library with an internet filtering policy re-examine that policy as it may conflict with First Amendment rights because filters block access to protected information, such as information about religion, reproduction, and health, for example. And the ACLU has brought numerous lawsuits challenging the constitutionality of internet filtering policies in libraries. The Electronic Frontier Foundation also cites the First Amendment issues as a reason to oppose internet filtering in libraries. The EFF says that internet filtering violates the First Amendment rights of both adults and children and violates a minor's right to privacy. Additionally, the EFF also worries about the potential for abuse with internet filtering. For example, an employee at a software company can make questionable decisions about what information will and will not be blocked. And this can lead to a situation of censorship, where, for example, a certain political party's information cannot be accessed on the internet. The EFF points out that they once discovered that their own website had in fact been blocked by a filter. The ALA, ACLU, and EFF all note that filtering technology as it exists today is flawed. The EFF reports that about 10% of the time, internet filters let through materials that they were designed to block. And they suggest that if the public and legislators were aware of how internet filtering technology works in practice, that support for this technology would not be so great.
Hi, my name is Julie Ruark, and I'm going to go over the guidelines for implementing this policy in our library. As librarians, we want to uphold both intellectual freedom, freedom of access, and also safety, and creating an environment where all of our patrons, especially the younger ones, feel safe. To do this, first of all, we're going to have our computers that can have the filtering technology turned off in a highly visible area. We're also going to post our procedures for internet use, both in paper and on the website, so that it's clear to our patrons what's expected and what the standards are for internet use. We're also going to make it easy for adults to turn off the filtering technology if they can't get to the information that they need. We'll also remind parents that internet content is changing constantly, and it's parents' responsibility to monitor their children's use of the internet, even at the library. If we do receive a report as a librarian that someone is viewing something that goes against our posted policies, these are the steps that we as librarians could take. First of all, we're going to let the patron know that a report has been received. We can verify their age, and we can remind them what the library policies are. If the patron responds unfavorably to our polite request that they stop the inappropriate activity, we will let them know that their internet privileges can be suspended. And furthermore, the library director does reserve a right to apply additional restrictions. The patrons, of course, will have the option to appeal any restrictions that are placed on them. We think that this will be fair and take into consideration the needs of all of our patrons, balancing both intellectual freedom and the right to be free from sexual harassment and other forms of hate that comes through on the internet. We also recognize the fact that filtering technology is still in the process of being developed, and so we will be on the lookout for new filtering technology that will prevent needless overblocking of information and look for ways to update our filtering technology as it becomes available. We think this policy will accommodate the needs of our patrons as well as keep us in compliance with state and federal laws. Thank you.